There's a famous letter, even speaking of the University of Qurtuba and the Umayyad University as well, from the English king of the time to Hisham ibn Abdul Rahman, who was the governor of Qurtuba at the time, asking him permission, the king, that his daughter and the members from the royal court can go study in the University of Cordoba. You know what that means? That means, number one, that this was an intellectual hub in the planet. And number two, that we were the ones that taught the world tolerance. He knew that the king's daughter could be safe there. And the letter was signed, as the historians mention, your loyal subject, the King of England. And that's why Gustave Le Bon, who you may study in psychology, in college perhaps, in university, the French social psychologist, he said, if only the Muslims would have conquered Paris as well. This is a non-Muslim saying this. He said, because if they would have, it would have been like Cordoba. He says, for 600 years we depended on the Muslims to translate for us Greek philosophy. He says, and you walk through the streets of Cordoba, you find that the people can read and they can write, and some of them even know poetry, in an age when the kings and princes of Europe could not spell their names in their own languages. Say Allahu Akbar. This is what Islam provides. There was no crossroads. And then, speaking of Paris, very quickly before I leave Qurtuba, and I'll have 3-4 minutes left. The first Islamic hospital in the world was in Damascus, Syria. May Allah send peace upon its people and give them victory against their oppressors. Allahumma ameen. 900 years before there was the first hospital in Paris. 200 years later, 700 years meaning, before Paris had its first hospital, Cordoba had 50 hospitals. All this is what? Why am I mentioning all this? This is just a testimony that Islam can and has always built industries and individuals, has been able to maintain economies and ethics. Islam can and has balanced between materialism, this dunya, and spirituality, the spirit and the religion. Islam can and has ensured prosperity and happiness and peace in this world and salvation in the hereafter. The Wild West in reality are the ones at the crossroads. They're the ones that should feel there's a clash of civilizations, that this religion is going to hold them back. And in reality, it wasn't the religion that holds you back. It's the false, fabricated, man-made religion that shackled them into the dark ages. That has nothing to do with you. And even them, they began realizing it now that it was an overreaction. But only Allah knows if they bounce back, will they bounce back to another extreme? Because even now the atheists say, no, we should tone down our narrative. And they call themselves humanists.